You just designed a campaign. Your headline is written. Your product is ready. But here's what happens next. You spend 2 days briefing a designer, waiting on revisions, going back and forth on lighting, on placement, on whether the logo is too small. And you still don't actually know if it's going to look good in the real world until it's too late to change it. That is the problem TurboAgents Mockup Maker was built to solve. In under 5 minutes, you get photorealistic, placement-ready ad mockups, complete with generated copy, that you can download and take straight into a client meeting or a paid campaign. Most brands are still doing this the old way. They're either hiring a designer and waiting days, or they're pulling generic stock mockup templates that look nothing like their actual product. The result is creative that undersells the brand before a single impression is served. And if you're running paid ads across multiple placements, billboard, social, transit, the idea of producing a photorealistic preview for each format isn't even on the table. It's just too slow and too expensive. TurboAgents changes the math entirely. Here's the tool. The setup is clean and deliberate. You start at the top by entering your brand name, in this case, Cora Skincare. Then you choose your template category. We're going outdoor/OOH and lock in the specific placement, highway billboard. That alone sets the aspect ratio and the visual canvas that TurboAgents will render into. Below that, you configure your scene. We're placing the product on an urban city street in daylight, with golden hour warm orange lighting, a low-angle camera vector for that powerful, grand-scale feel, and a single product focus composition so the serum bottle stays center stage. Then there's the custom visualization prompt. This is where you can be as specific as you want about the visual scene. We've described a sleek glass serum bottle catching warm golden light against a glowing urban skyline, with city lights softly blurred in the background. Finally, you upload 2 assets, a product reference photo so TurboAgents can maintain the bottle's identity across renders, and a transparent PNG logo that will be overlaid directly onto the finished mockup. Hit begin visualization and production starts. Watch the processing stages roll through. TurboAgents is calibrating the lighting vectors, positioning virtual camera rigs, mapping the environmental textures, synthesizing the brand copy, and finalizing the high-fidelity renders, all simultaneously. 2 variations, running in parallel, and there they are. 2 professional highway billboard mockups, rendered and ready. Let's walk through what TurboAgents actually produced. The first mockup shows the Cora Skincare Noni Glow Face Oil Bottle set against a glowing dusk cityscape. Warm amber light catching the gold dropper cap, city towers blurring softly into the background at golden hour. The Cora Organics logo sits in the upper right corner, crisp and properly positioned. The headline across the lower third reads, "Your Radiance, Unfiltered." And underneath the image, the generated caption reads, "Certified Organic Skincare by Cora Organics." The second variation takes the same product into deeper night. The skyline shifts to a cooler, more saturated city at night palette, blues and purples behind the warm bottle, and TurboAgents gives it a completely different headline, "Feed Your Skin, Fuel Your Glow." The caption reads, "Certified Organic Beauty by Cora Organics." Same product, same placement, completely different emotional register. 1 campaign input, 2 distinct creative directions. Both cards show the placement spec and camera angle in the footer. Now here's where it gets really useful. Hit Edit on any mockup and the Mockup Studio opens, a floating design panel that lets you take full control of what's on screen. You can toggle between editing the headline text and the logo overlay. For the headline, you can rewrite the copy directly in the panel. Switch the typography, Interbold is selected here, adjust the color, alignment, font size, and use the position sliders to move the text precisely on the X and Y axes. You can also control the width of the text block. This is not a separate design tool, it's live, directly on top of the mockup. You're seeing your changes reflected on the image in real time. When you're done, 1 click on the download button flattens everything, the image, the typography, the logo, into a single production-ready PNG file. Think about what just happened. In under 5 minutes, TurboAgents produced 2 photorealistic mockups with generated headlines, captions, and a logo correctly placed, based on nothing but a brand name, a few dropdowns, and 1 reference photo. No designer brief, no revision round, no stock template that looks nothing like your actual product. For a brand running multi-format campaigns, that's not a minor convenience. That's the difference between showing up to a client meeting with something real or showing up with a description of something you hope to build. TurboAgents Mockup Maker gives you the visual proof before you spend a single rupee on production. If you want to see what your product looks like on a billboard, a transit ad, or a social placement before you brief anyone, head to TurboAgents and try Mockup Maker today. The link is in the description. If this video helped you, hit subscribe. We cover every tool in the TurboAgents suite so you can see exactly what it does before you commit.